Well, all right. It is Thursday, April 18th. It's just almost 10 a.m. here on the West Coast. And I am done for today. And man, I am on a nice little streak. 4-0 today and 14-0 for the week. Let's go. All right. Gotta celebrate the small victories when I can. I still haven't gotten to my overall goal, which is still just my first my first payout on Apex. I haven't done it yet, and I'm still trying to work towards that. So while 14-0 is great and a 4-0 day is great, I gotta be realistic too. And I go over here and look at my accounts, and there's nothing really all that impressive about any of the individual accounts. Sure, if you add it all up, the profits, I'm doing very well overall, but I still haven't hit a payout, and the passing of the evaluations is still happening at a pretty slow pace. But that's all part of my plan, and it's all kind of happening the way I wanted to go about things to keep costs low and to prove out my strategy and be able to build a system where I know I can be confident that when I'm trading on my PA accounts, that as I build up PA accounts, I can trade more and more of the accounts and use the copier to some extent and be able to really compound the accounts in ways I've seen other traders do it to successfully trade on Apex and make the most out of multiple accounts. So 4-0 day, well, I'm happy about it. I still know there's a lot of work I need to do. I'm still quite a ways off from any payouts at this point. I've been close to payouts multiple times on multiple PA accounts, and I've managed to just not quite get there and end up blowing up those accounts. So right now, I'm working on 3 PAs, 6, 7, and 8. I've had a total of 8 PAs to date, and that's in 36 total evaluations. So when I do the math, I think I'm about like a 25% pass rate for each numbered account. And so a lot of work to do on account 6. I'm still 1,100 away from qualifying for a payout, and on PA8, let's see, I'm still, who am I, about 1,800 away, something like that. So a lot of work to do, but on my way. For anyone that hasn't watched me live stream or watched any of my reviews before, what I do is I trade different size tick charts on the NQ, and I look in the morning when I start trading for charts where every single second entry works for my profit target. I don't draw channels or trend lines. I don't play by any price action rules in particular. Don't look for necessarily good signal bars. Just looking for second entries that will continue to work on the charts. I try to find 3 or 4 charts to trade off of for the day. And when I find those charts that have no entries that haven't worked, those are the charts I trade. And I'm try to be pretty loose with the entries I take, unless there are really objective reasons to not take a trade. Like if you can kind of see here, this dotted blue line, dashed blue line, is a previous day close level. And so I'm willing to take trades using that as resistance from below or as support from above for a long. As you can see here, this was resistance below. But I'm not willing to take trades like a long into it, for example, or a short into it. So those are kind of objective reasons to stay out of a trade. I kind of am starting to use my EMA in the same way as well. There has to be enough space for my trade. And so that's my main system. I refer to it as the BS system. And then as well as that, the new thing I'm doing, as you see here, is I'm trading a setup I call the Alp Orb. And that is in reference to the New York Open. And so I am trading the New York Open on a 1-minute chart. And this is something I've learned by watching Alpine Trader. I suggest anyone who is interested in the trade really should go check out his channel. I'll just promote him and say that he's the one that's come up with kind of his own set of rules for how he trades this. And he doesn't show it on his live stream, but he talks about it. He shows it after the fact. And, I feel like he shows enough to be able to figure it out. That's how I figured it out and started trading it. And to date, so far on Apex accounts, I'm 7-0 with it in the past week. I started trading it, I think, last Thursday. So it's been a full 7 days of trading and no losses yet. Hoping to see that continue. He's crushing it with that single trade alone across multiple accounts. And so I'm going to hope to be able to do the same. My thought is if I can count on that trade in my data testing with back testing and forward testing on the Apex accounts, I'm above 98% right now trading that setup. So if I can be winning 98 out of 100 times and blowing up accounts 2 times out of 100, I'm gonna ride it, and that's my plan right now. And as I build confidence, I'll be adding more and more accounts to that trade. So let me take off all this stuff off the screen, and then we'll get into the trades I took today. All right, so as we can see here, this is the session open from yesterday. This is the 1 minute chart, and I really don't look at any of all that when I'm getting ready to trade my open trade. I'm just really looking at the more immediate area, typically speaking. So here we go. Let's make it big enough to see it here. And so, it's pretty obvious, the range. I was kind of looking at it like that. That's the range I was looking at. And so the other thing I wanted to keep in mind, though, is if I spread this out, the open of the session is kind of where price was when we were getting ready to do this trade. So I really wanted to just make sure that I was outside of kind of that area as well when I took my trade today. That was the thing that I had in the back of my mind. Just I wanted to ensure that when I enter, it was definitely a breakout beyond. And so that's how I ended up putting my entry where I put it, and it worked immediately. I mean, this one worked so fast that it didn't even look like price reached the level on this on the entry candle that I entered on, and I was in and out of this trade. Like I said, before it even looked like price went there, my account already filled and the trade was closed. And then it formed like the rest of the wick. So it was pretty interesting. But yeah, this whole week, every single time I've taken the trade, it's worked almost instantaneously. I mean, really just in a few seconds. So that's been really great. There was one time I took it, the second time I ever took it on an Apex account, which was last Friday. It took like 22 minutes for the trade to play out. I had to add a contract 5 times to kind of work out of it. And, it still worked, but it just took a little bit more effort and time and thought. So it's really nice when it works this way, which in my testing, both in my live Apex accounts as well as the playback back testing, I've only had to add a contract or work out of it, like 12 out of like 77 or 78 times, something like that. So just really solid and very minimal times where you get stuck. And then, like I said, I've only lost twice, both on playback and twice out of like 77 or 78 trades total now. So really love the trade. And the great thing for me and my system of that I've been trading is that now I've got a trade that I know 5 times a week I've got to trade no matter what. And more times than not, it's going to be 5 wins every week. So that's like padding my already 80% strategy. My BS system has proven to be a solid 80%. And so if I'm adding 100% 5 trades a week setup to that, I believe that my percentage can get bumped up to closer to maybe 85% overall. And then the adjustments I'm making on my regular BS system as well. I'm able to kind of avoid some losses lately and just pick out the best trades and get some winners. So I feel like things are starting to come together. putting the whole package together to be dynamic and versatile, and not just rely on one kind of trading, but having a couple of kinds of trading that I can do now to really round out what I'm doing, and hopefully it leads to where I want to get to. So having said all that, let's move on to trade number 2. Oh, by the way, I should mention, I did trade 3 accounts this time. So this is the most accounts I copy traded on the Alp Orb. And this is the first time I traded a PA account with it. So PA6, which is a 25K account, I just traded one contract, made $106 on the one contract, 22 ticks. And then evaluation 33, as you can see, I traded 2 contracts, made 220 or 212 after commission, so 212. And as well as account 36, 2 contracts, made 212. And so this account 36, the only trade I've ever taken on this account is this Alp Orb trade. And I'm halfway to passing the account after 7 trades. So that's really just the best example of, replicating what Alpine is doing on his accounts. And, he's copy trading the multiple accounts, but you can see how quickly, $212 a day just adds up. And, when you need 10 to 15 days between pay periods to trade, you easily can get to payouts. You really need 10 days to get to payout. So you need $2,600 to make. So a little bit more than 10 trading days is what I'm saying. Just trading this way, one a day, and should be able to get there. So the thing with the trade is, if it works against me on a day and I can't work out of it by adding contracts, then the account will get blown. So if I'm copy trading, then those accounts will get blown too. But, just like you'll see Alpine Trader say, if you watch him, he looks at trading these accounts like that is the risk management. The most money he can lose is what he paid for each individual account, which for me works out to about $200 per PA, and then $30 per evaluation at 80% discount. So that's all I ever have on the line per account per trade, and so I like that. That's what I'm trying to emulate as well. Just look at my accounts that way, use that as my risk management strategy. And so I'm willing to blow accounts to be able to trade this way. And I'm actually going to be folding that into the way I trade my BS system as well. So let's now get into the next trades I took. All right, here we go. So this, after I took my opening trade and got the win, which was up here, you could see how far down we moved. I mean, could have got a lot more than just the 20 ticks I took, but I like the 22 ticks. Maybe one day I'll try to fold in an extra contract for a runner. I don't know that's really necessary, considering Apex has the maximum drawout or maximum payout that you can take on these accounts until after 3 months of payouts. So we'll see if I ever keep an account long enough that it might matter. But right now, 22 ticks makes me happy. Seem to be able to count on it. Seems reliable. I'm going to stick with that. Trade number 2, I took on PA7. And PA7 is the one that was within $200 of the drawdown and almost getting wiped out. I brought it back now quite a bit. Let's see, about 450, 550. I have about $600 of drawdown now. So just slowly building it back up. And, just with these little trades, I got less ticks than I'd like, some slippage on my entry, but managed to make $31 on 7 ticks, trading just one contract, trying to pull that out from being a dead account. And, I like trading that account first because if I lose it, I lose it. But, it lets me put a little feeler into the market to see if my system is going to continue working on this day after the stream starts after 10 Eastern. And let me zoom in here a little bit. We had this large move down, and what I liked about it is, I saw a big leg up. So, on the big picture, you could kind of expect a second leg up, so plenty of room for that. As you can see, we went well beyond. And then also I had 2 legs. So basically 1 leg up, a correction 2 legs down, and then 1 leg up and a second leg up right at the measured move. and had a setup to go short. Now, as you can see, there was a inside bar. I don't care about inside bars. Doesn't stop me from being able to take the trade. So I entered on this next bar here. I'm losing my voice. 1 second here. I'm always losing my voice by this time of day when I'm doing the review. It's a lot of talking for me in the morning. I'm not used to that with my stream and everything. So anyway, don't care about the inside bar. I'm still willing to enter. Plenty of room to the EMA. Basically, I like it even better if it actually touches the previous day close, which is the dashed blue line. But basically using that level as resistance and counting on the fact that I'll get at least enough of a bounce off that resistance level to get my small scalp. Like I said, I was going for 11 ticks. My entry, because I use a stop market order, and I think because I'm using the Replicanto trade copier, sometimes I get like some slippage on the entry. This one I got 4 ticks of slippage, so that's why I only got 7 ticks instead of the 11 that I was going for. But that's all right. I'll take it. And, I'll have to just keep monitoring that. I've started to notice it's happening more ever since I updated Replicanto. The fills for closing and getting my profit target have been better since I updated Replicanto, but my fills for the entries have been a little bit worse for whatever reason. So 4 ticks of slippage, more than I'd like. Had a trade later on where I had 1 tick of slippage, which is also, I don't prefer that, but it's more acceptable and preferable to 4 ticks of slippage. So anyway, PA7, 7 ticks, $31 on that trade. And then moving on to my next chart. As you can see, I took 2 trades on this chart. And so let me zoom in here. Again, at this point, it's gone beyond the measured leg that I was looking for off the bottom, well beyond by the time I took these trades. But as you can see, when I zoom in here, what I liked about this is that there was like a clear level of support building. And my thesis at the time was that we had such a strong move up in the overnight that my thesis was that we would get a retest of the high. Now, at the time, I wasn't considering that it also looks like we should get a retest of the low. I wasn't really considering that because of such a strong move up and going beyond the measured move. All indications were that we were just going to keep going up and get that retest of the high. Also, when we moved through the EMA, we moved right through it. We got a bounce right off of it and it just propelled up. Got another bounce here, kept going up. Got a bounce here. It kind of languished a little bit, but this is the second entry. And this was the first time where it closed below the EMA. And a lot of times you get your first close below it and then it'll push up again. So the fact that I had kind of a support level, had the EMA, had a second entry, had a chart that had not had any losing entries so far. I was going to take this on my PA8 at that point, but because of the way it's set up, kind of weird with the inside bar and kind of the close below the EMA, and then it had to go and trigger above here, and there's some resistance here. Just a lot of reasons I kind of said to myself, you know what, I'll risk the valuation 34, which is a 25K. Not planning on continuing with 25Ks, so this is the last one I'm going to work on. And anyway, so when it was clearly rejecting off this level and the EMA, I decided I was willing to take the trade on evaluation 34. Because it's a 25K account, I decided that I would just enter it on one contract so that I had room in case it triggered and came back down. I wanted to be able to test out and try something new that I'm going to do, which is to not take my losses below the swing of my entry and to try to work out of a trade if it works against me. So since it's a 25K account, I just wanted the extra wiggle room since it wasn't like such a totally solid entry. This could have definitely triggered, come down, kind of ticked me out around here and then gone up and did what it did is what I was thinking. So just a one contract made, let's see here. This is the one actually, 34. Yeah, so this one, 11 ticks, made $51 on the trade. And, usually I trade 2 contracts at least. but because of the new strategy of not putting my stop in, I'm not going to accept losses there anymore. I'm just going to try to work out of trades. So many times I see that I get stopped out just for the trade to then go on and work for what I thought it would work. And a lot of times I could probably add a contract and make it work anyway. So that's the game plan there. And then we made a new high off of this one, but we had a solid push down, made a first entry here, and then had a really great signal bar right off the support level again, and plenty of room to the EMA. And at this point I was still proceeding off of the hypothesis that we were going to go and retest the high from the overnight high session. Didn't happen, but it more than enough worked for my 11 tick profit. This is the trade again where I had 1 tick of slippage on the entry, so I ended up getting 10 ticks instead of 11. I'm willing to accept that using the trade copier. I do use a trade copier even though I'm trading one account at a time, just because for the ease of use trading on YouTube here. This is the one chart where I'm showing where the trades, so I have to be able to switch over to the chart quick enough in time for the trade to show it on YouTube. And if I'm changing accounts or changing contracts, it's just a lot easier for me to do all of that, changing it in the Replicanto copier window, than it is to open up the chart trader every time I switch charts and make sure that the number of contracts and the account is where I want it to be. So that's the reason for that. But so PA8 managed to get a trade on all PAs today, which is nice. That doesn't always happen. Made $92. Typically I get the 11 tick scalp, so that's $102. So a little bit less, but that's fine. And losing my voice. So overall, again, just things are going well. I feel like I'm putting things together the way I've been hoping to be able to put them together. What am I looking for here? The Alpine orb trade is just like really putting me over the top in terms of my confidence and my ability to have great consistent days. It's great to start off the day just feeling really confident that my first trade of the day is going to be a winner. And that's, kind of how it's been working out so far. So just really, really great to be able to start off the morning just feeling confident, taking the trade, and just seeing it work time and time again. Again, 7-0 with that trade setup, and 14-0 for the week. So while the numbers aren't overwhelming, the trade strategy and the risk management and everything is really starting to look consistently positive for me, and that's the key. And then I can start getting more aggressive, opening things up, trading more accounts, and really pushing things as far as working towards payouts here. So I know the payouts are going to come if this can continue. I just got to keep it up, and then I can go from there. So I think I've said it all. Don't forget the 80% discount for Apex is going on till the end of the month, April 30th, as well as the 1-day pass and the half off resets. So you can use this code or any other that you have, but make sure you get the code if you're buying any evaluations from Apex at this time. And let's see, there have been some people that have been using it, so thank you for anyone that has been using it. I appreciate it. And you can check out my link below if you want to get more information from Apex's website. Just click on the link, and they have a really good frequently asked questions page where you can get answers to anything you might not know if you haven't traded Apex before. But Apex is definitely the prop firm I recommend. It's the only one I use, and I think they have the least amount of rules and the least amount of stupid things in the rules that will is kind of like a get you to make you blow up your account, lose your account for reasons that are really stupid, like trading too many contracts or having too many transactions in a day. It's just Apex doesn't do any stuff like that. It's real simple. You either reach your profit target and you pass the account, and then the two rules you have to get by are the trailing drawdown. look it up, find out what trailing drawdown means, make sure you understand it, and have a 30% consistency rate, which just means don't make on any single day more than 30% of your profit when you request a payout. It's so easy. It's so straightforward and easy. There's really no reason to go with anyone else. They offer 20 accounts. Unless you're trading 20 accounts on the Apex, I don't see a reason to go to any other prop firm personally. So that's why I trade Apex only. Maybe one day when I'm trading 20 accounts and I want to get more accounts, then I can fold in other prop firms as well. But yeah, I'm really happy with them, even though I haven't even received a payout. So for whatever that says to you. And I do live stream every single day. 10 a.m. Eastern to approximately 12:30 Eastern on most days. And I don't live stream my Alp Orb trade. He doesn't live stream it, so I'm just taking his lead. I'm not going to live stream it for the same reasons as him, basically. But I do show it in my reviews, as you can see, and I show it when I start my live stream, just what happened, and then I move on with my BS system. So if you want more information about the Alp Orb, highly just recommend you watching Alpine Trader as well. And he's the originator of it as far as I'm concerned. There is an orb trade that lots of people trade and has existed a long time, but he has a little bit of a unique twist or spin on it the way he does it, and I really like it. It's working. So yeah, check that out. And well, I think I've said it all. Looking forward to tomorrow, finishing out the week strong, hopefully a 14-0 week. The volume of trades is great. The win rate obviously is excellent. 191 wins and 45 losses overall for the year now, 81%. And I really do think that trading this Alp Orb trade now, folding it into my system, is really going to push me back towards the 85% level, or maybe even better as time goes on. But I really think I'm putting together just a whole package of things that's going to lead to my hopeful success and profitability in the not too far off distant future. So hopefully it's coming soon, and like and subscribe and follow me on the journey. Appreciate it, everyone that does. And I have definitely said it all. I'm out of here. Have a good day. Hope you had a good trading day, and see you tomorrow, hopefully.